Last thing to do, the test ride. Could definitely tell you it feels a little different, obviously. Almost like more responsive. More, I don't want to say skatey, but so far pretty good. One of the things I was concerned about and didn't want to change my tires, wasn't excited to do so because bike handles so well with zero stability issues, no wobbling, no nothing at any speed. Okay. And I didn't want to change that by changing the tires. And then all of a sudden it has a slight wobble or something going on. But so far, I mean, I didn't get into high speeds, but so far, so good. Traffic is awesome. Everywhere you go, traffic. Now, it's been raining for the last couple of days, so I'm not really going to take it off-road just yet. I'm going to take her on a little bit of a ride before I go out of town, just to make sure there's nothing going on, nothing's wrong. And I might go a little bit off-road, not today, but in the next day or so. I'm going to try to go out of town to the beach probably, coming Monday, possibly, definitely early this next week. I'm not going on the weekend where all the people are out. Okay, we still feel perfectly stable. Hit 60. Brake check. Brakes work. Skid a little bit, and then ABS kicked in. Oh, come on, baby, you're supposed to lug. Can't really get too much speed. Definitely a wobble now. Going 70. Now when I made that cut over, that's the first time this bike's ever done that, so obviously it's the new tires. I'm just gonna go in a straight line, and as long as it doesn't do in a straight line, slightly wobbling. And there it is. I know it's when people change tires and stuff. I think I mentioned that in one of my other videos I was doing. But I was saying this bike has never had any sort of a, not even a slight sway or wobble. I said I bet it's when people change the tires. And wouldn't you know it, now I did not balance them in any way. I left the front tire where the weights were on it. I left them where they are. And the rear tire didn't have any weights on them. I don't think the rear tire matters that much. It's probably more to do with the front tire. Nothing that seriously concerns me. But it's definitely there. And doesn't seriously concern me, but it does annoy me. Especially when you're cruising, let me just cruise 60, and you go over like a hump or the road's kind of uneven, all of a sudden you'll feel, oh yeah, that definitely feels totally different when I do this. If I jerk the wheel a little, yeah, that sucks. No wonder why I had those other tires on it. I expected that. I was thinking it was a good possibility, but I was hoping that it wouldn't. Especially with these tires that aren't super knobby, off-road tires. Well, like they're maybe nothing. I mean, when you do it, it straightens out super fast. Like it kind of like does that, and then it wants to straighten itself out. So it's not super like continue doing it. Well, that kind of sucks. I mean, I should have known that knobbier, taller tires are going to affect the handling of the motorcycle. At least it's not super bad or vibrating or anything too silly. That should do a normal cruise. The heck is all over my handles? Like right now, it feels normal. And tell you the truth, I don't think I ever did this with my other tires. Trying to make sure it's not going to send me into a wild truthfully, I can't complain that much. It's really not a big deal. It's just something I'm noticing, obviously. Another higher speed run. A 65er. Not bad, and I don't notice it doing like riding like there. I don't notice anything. I'm gonna probably pass the Coyote to quit speeding. It's like 45 on this road. People speed down it. Let me just go ahead and see that little whoo. I can just feel the bike just barely woo after I go down that 65 one-handed. So if there's a major whoop or bump in the road, you'll feel it do this a hair, but it's just skating a little bit on the squishy knobbies. My old dual sport, I took it on the freeway a couple times, and I had the dealership put on the new tires, and I remember hauling. Now I could play with the air on the tires too. Hauling butt down the freeway, I'd be topping the bike out as just a DRZ 250. I'd be topping it out, and that thing would be going like this all the way down the freeway. I'd just work the gas and floor it, and finally it kind of come out of it a little bit, but that thing would be way worse than this. Got my blinker on. All right. Hit this turn a little faster. Alright guys, we're out for test ride number 3. I think I had maybe 25 to 27 psi in the tire. The first test ride in the front tire, and I think I had 28 in the rear when it was giving me. I don't know if it's just now or in my head, but I feel like the bike's more stable when you come up to a slow stop, and then when you kind of come to a stop without putting your feet down, I feel like it's more balanced. Could just be in my head right now. Of course, I haven't been traveling any over 35 to 40 miles per hour yet, but it feels exactly the same and perfectly stable. Second test ride I didn't video. I'm gonna hit the freeway out here. I'm going to the motorcycle shop, pick up a couple oil filters. Second test ride, it felt more stable than the first. I aired the front tire up to 30 psi and left the rear at 28. And I could tell it was more stable than the first test ride. Now the third test ride, I put the rear up to 30 psi and the front to 32 psi. The second test ride, I did not ride as long as the first one, but I did, I think, 2 or 3 passes down that road, maybe just 2, and I felt that it was quite a bit better than the first test ride. As of right now though, they feel exactly as they used to on the stock tires to me. Going 35 to 40 miles per hour. I'm going to do the oil change either today or tomorrow, and hopefully be able to get out on my beach ride next week, hit the sand. But it's supposed to, in the forecast, there's a lot of rain for next week. Alright, let's get on it. So hopefully, I think it was Tuesday and Wednesday were the best days for the rain. Wednesday, my daughter has a dentist appointment, so it has to be Tuesday. And I think it's still 25% chance of rain. That could change. I'm also checking out another view with another camera. And see how that works out. Even though I'm on the freeway, I'm only going literally one exit. I felt like I felt a little wobble. Didn't feel anything there. Do a little shake. Yeah, there's something. I never did this with the stock tires, so. Maybe I'll take a few extra exits on the way home. At 70. Didn't really feel anything. Okay. I was hoping it was going to be perfect, but I feel like when I was getting on the freeway, I felt something. Could it have been the road? Maybe. I'm not banking on that. I feel like there's something there in that. What's this guy doing? There in that maybe lane switch. Maybe going from the switch to a straight, and yeah, you get almost like you're doing that. Kind of lean and then straight real quick. There's a little something for sure. But like I said, you're on knobby, so you can't expect that it's going to feel the same as it did on your more street oriented tires. Well, let's go in the front here. back in, so I'm not backing out of this incline. Okay. They've had that XT250 forever. I like that bike though. Alright, I'm gonna go out here and check out these bikes. I guess I could walk over here real quick with my helmet on. I don't know if this is new or used. NX500. Oh, those tires probably used. Feels okay. My bike feels better getting on and lifting up from the stand. Pretty cool looking bike. African Twin, 4,000 miles, 10 grand. KTMs, BMWs. Little 310. Let's see if I had to pick a bike over here for another bike. Probably be that little 500 and I get rid of my Versys. 499, 2024. Not even 1,000 miles. See what we got over here. Cruiser side. Big old gold wing. I actually almost got a gold wing when I got my blue motorcycle, my V-Star 1300. All right.
So how does it, do you take it on long trips?
I mean, I've gone to the National Forest. That's as far as I've gone. It only has 1,000 miles on it, so I haven't had it for too long.
You haven't like driven for hours on end?
No, maybe like, yeah, 3 to 4 hours.
Okay, that's one enough. So the seat's really comfortable, right?
It's pretty comfortable. It's not like super comfortable, like people say.
Your hand, do you ever get itchy in your hands? Is there vibration?
Yeah, a little bit over here on this one, but then when I ease up and change what I'm doing, it tends to go away, but, you know.
We were thinking about going to Big Bend.
Oh, really?
And get some. I really like the KLR650, but
yeah, I would take it. I mean, you know, I think it's pretty good for that trip.
it's pretty decent on the road.
Yeah, I just put these new tires on it, so I'm kind of test riding it now, and it's a little different than the stock tires, but I don't know if y'all be doing a lot of off-roading or all on-road. So, but yeah, it's good on-road. I like it. You know, I can't complain. It's kind of better than what you might expect or what you hear people saying. It's a little better than that.
I like the camera.
Hey, appreciate you. All right, guys. Y'all have a good one. Those guys kind of surprised me. I don't even know what I told them. We got a lot of traffic up on this thing. I'm gonna have to abort going up there. I don't know if there's a wreck or what. I'll do a U-turn. I'm thinking about popping off road, but it's been raining for a couple days straight. Didn't rain much yesterday, but the day before and the day before that, it was almost a full day constant rain. Okay, so I don't feel anything out of sorts as of right now this second. And we're cruising 70. Get up on the freeway. Something going on, like when I was picking up speed and hit that little hump, it gave me a little bit of a wiggle. I don't even know if I'd call it a wobble.
Imagine going to the Weeble Circus, good fun all around. Right over there is Wobbles Weeble, he's the circus clown. There's the Weeble on the flying trapeze, she falls off easy as you please. On the cannon she swallows the clown. Weebles wobble but they don't fall down. Imagine going to the Weeble Circus when Weeble Circus is in town.
Right there, call it a wiggle. At 30 and I went for just a quick test ride yesterday. I didn't feel anything. Now it wasn't as extensive as this, and I highly doubt it. I highly doubt it's gonna get rid of everything dropping down to PSI. nothing's ever perfectly smooth like a skating rink. So there's grooves, there's humps. I'm gonna exit here. So that is a little annoying. I could try to rebalance my front tire and take the weights off, see if I can't balance it. I'm disappointed in that. Can't say that I'm not disappointed. On my back road, not back road, but on the road I normally ride down, it's manageable. I could barely notice, and it's only when you do specific things. Out on the freeway is so not perfectly smooth and unpredictable that it is a little more bothersome on the freeway. And you saw the speeds I was doing, 75 to 80-ish. If I was doing 65, 70, I doubt I'd be doing anything. Oops, what am I doing? I need to fix whatever's rattling around up here. These slow speeds, there's absolutely nothing. Of course there's nothing. Slow speeds. This feels like normal. It's a little annoying, to say the least. I don't want to have anything on my mind or sticking out to me when I'm going on a long ride. So if I'm cruising at 75, 80, I don't want to be constantly thinking about the stupid wobble or anything like that. I just want it to be rolling smooth as it can. Alright, what do we got here? What do we do? Is this 90? Yeah, take a right. It's weird that it does feel easier to balance. Don't know why, but now I'll put my foot down. I feel like it's a little easier. That doesn't make up for the high speed slight wobble. I'll pull over where I can, even though I don't know if I'm gonna be doing high speeds anymore. And let me see if I have my tire gauge on me. Sound like my fan was on. Yep, I threw it in here. Okay. Let's go 30-30. Let's go 30 in the rear. Oh, you know what? What are we at? 34 after it warmed up. So I'm going to bring it down to 32. Oops. Just had a little bit, took it down 4 psi. Gosh darn it. Now I'm at 30. Crap. Okay, so I just took it down 4 psi instead of the 2 that I wanted. Well, we ruined this whole thing. one of the cool things of having the case aimed at you is this. Reaching behind you and latching it or checking it. So this would be like starting at a cold pressure of 28. I'm pretty sure it says to run the rear tire at 36 psi. And the front at 21. So maybe I don't think that would do anything. But let's go try 36 and 30. Maybe even I'm gonna put a little more in. I was already getting a little weary with 32. Heating it up, out super hot, riding for hours, 100-degree day, and all of a sudden, boom! Since it literally says to start out at 21 psi, which is silly. Maybe, I mean, I'll try 21. I think that's gonna make it feel super weird. I will go down on the freeway, but there's no need, and it was kind of backed up. And I'll just go the back way. So, I mean, low speeds is perfect. I don't notice, I would think it was the stock tires unless I did this. But, I never did that on the stocks. I keep saying that. I never did anything like that or noticed anything because I never did that while paying attention. For all I know, it did something similar. Maybe I should get the fork brace. Start throwing parts at it. Got another biker. Start throwing parts at it until I'm satisfied. Whoa. Alright, I guess the freeway is the spot to do the tests at. I guess on a good note, the low speed stabilization being better is pretty awesome. Now, I would say instead of like whipping over like this and like this, even though I didn't feel anything, just do things a little more calmly, you know, especially at high speeds, or you'll get a little more of that. Like, I think I'm an expert and I've gone for a 5-mile test ride. At least that's what I think now, due to change. Oh, we were sitting straight up on that. It definitely coming up to slowing down really slow before you stop, and then as you stop, if you don't want to put your feet down, I don't know why, can't explain that one, but it definitely feels more stable and easier to do, which is cool. Alright, let's go see how muddy it is before these batteries on this bike run out. On this road at 60, few bumps, few this, almost 60. I don't feel anything different. We're at a stop. Oh, I wonder what kind of stopping hard. Maybe there was a little slight dance. Now that shouldn't be there, but maybe it's just something I did. Golden boys, huh? I don't know. You got the wobbles on the freeway speed type situation. How are you golden? Alright? I don't know about that one. Normal ride, and let's see. Back road, let's see. Higher speed on a non-freeway road. Yeah. On this non-freeway road, I don't feel, at least going straight, I didn't feel any wobbles. That freeway road was just crappy. Just turn, yeah, I don't feel anything different. Should have done my brake check, brake test. Now there's a little dirt road area I could go down and go see what's up back here, and they do have a hill and stuff, but people throw fence boards out there and everything else, and I don't want to pop a tube right through there. Look at all that. So I'm gonna pop up right here and just go back. Now over there's some hardcore riding too, but it's definitely muddy. Okay. Did you hear that? think I scraped the skid plate on that one. Of course, I didn't take it easy going up it. Alright, I think I did. I have ridden this bike back here, but I don't know the trail, so I'm just going to go slow. Used to be trails going all through here. All through these woods right here. There's a trail, whoa, pay attention, probably more of a walking trail. I used to ride my old dual sport through here, through these woods all the time. I don't know if I'd call it all the time, but a lot. See, so you're just riding and you want to throw it up. I just did nothing but spin out. I do with my old DRZ, and it would pull the front tire right up to go over an obstacle. Alright guys, we got a little mud here. Just gonna cruise down in it and up out of it. A little more mud, okay. Tractor right through it. It did throw my rear tire and front tire out of alignment, but it felt good. Go back through that. Okay, let's try this side. Oop, big old concrete block I just hit my peg on. See if I wanted to throw over this. Not really. Rear tire just wanted to peel out. I feel like my old bike would have pulled the front up over that. Now, I'm probably not doing it like this bike wants it to be done. I'm just clutching in and then letting the clutch off to come out. I'm not going fast through there. Just putting through to see what these tires could do. Yeah, hit that damn concrete thing. Okay. Bike feels pretty balanced when doing that. What do you say? We go down and up this thing? I think there's any need to stand up. I figured it'd be more muddy out here. Go up this steep part. Oh, there's a little mud. Woo! Try to go down on me. This bike is pretty. Just gotta get used to it. This bike's got pretty good handling or balance. Definitely didn't want to go down. If I would have came off the throttle more than I did, it would have went down or not made it. If I wasn't already going through the mud, it wouldn't have done any of that. And I could have aborted going up the hill once I hit the mud, but I said, who cares? Whatever. Brake check. Alright, let's go play with our mud again. no dips that I can't see. Brake check in the dirt. Oh, front tire on this brake's super good. Oh yeah, definitely. Threw my back tire to the side. But traction all the way. By doing that, the back tire started spinning. Do a hard brake. I don't even feel the ABS kicking in the front, only in the rear. Get my foot caught. If I can slide. Not really, that back brake locks up quick. Alright. That threw me into the rut. Oh well, it's okay. So I'm stopped in the water. See that back tire? Can I see it? Not really. Yep, it starts moving. Taking me right out of it. Okay. Oh, now the front tire, I want to try to pop up. When I was coming up out of there. Oh, didn't see that. Wasn't ready for it. I don't know if I rode over here on the way here. I don't think so. I'm trying to look out for these big old truck ruts randomly like that. See, that was a trail. Been so long since I've done off-roading on my old dual sport. It's something you gotta get used to feeling again. Alright, well, at least through the mud. And the bike even tried to tip over on me that last time I came through there. And I was able to stick my foot down in the mud and hold the bike up. Wasn't a big deal. Okay, and here's where I hit my skid plate. Maybe that's why. See that? How the dirt's lower than the actual curb. I'm gonna go to, it all kind of looks like that. I'm just gonna go down right here. Alright, I didn't hit it. Alright. Alright guys. You'll probably hear me say this a few different times, but I actually went and picked up another front tire. Here's the 244 that I had on there, the Golden Boy. Doing certain things, it was a little wobbly, not much. doing regular speeds on regular roads, it was fine. I couldn't really tell any difference from the stock. On the freeway with the rain grooves in the road and stuff, and how it's, you know, could be kind of a crappy road sometimes, it did have a little wobble like this, just slightly. Nothing that you couldn't handle or get used to or whatever, but slightly annoying. And if you're going on a multi-hour trip, that's the last thing I want to care about, is, you know, the bike doing a little dance down the road sometimes. So I picked up a Shinko 700, and I want to give that a try to see the difference between the 244 in the front. There's the stock tire, there's the 700, there's the 244. So let's get a measurement on these. It's almost looks double the lug depth than the stock still. It's obviously a little shorter than the 244. Well, let's go here. Let's do a... Yeah, so it looks exactly double the tread depth of the stock tire with 1,000 miles on it at least. I think it's going to be a little better than this. It's rated for 60 road and 40 off-road. This is rated for 50-50, half off-road, half on. Let's get a measurement on the tread depth with the 244 versus, it looks like maybe an eighth, about an eighth of an inch difference, so 2/16. Slightly deeper lugs, and obviously a different tread pattern altogether. So I want to see how this handles going down the freeway, see if it handles more like stock with zero wobbling at any time. And if it does, I'm just going to run this on the front, and I'm going to keep the 244 on the rear. But I'm not going to video any of it. It's Father's Day. I got something to do at 4 o'clock, so I'll be leaving and getting ready around 3. And I got to get her done. All right, guys.